This is the last game on the Season 9 of the International League, and it's a four-player game, and I am last, which is unfortunate. I'm last in both of these last games, so I'm expecting a pretty painful opening. Rumbleman takes the pyramids, Race takes rich land and urban growth. Interesting. And Mugiwara takes engineering genius. Okay, this has become much better than I expected. I'm probably gonna pick up Roman Roads and Sansu. I am very surprised Grace did not take Roman Roads. Let's see what else is in the deck. Maybe he's hoping to get Library. Acropolis and Hanging Gardens are pretty weak. I'm a fan of Roman Roads. He's been doing extremely well, in my opinion. I think it's comparable to Pyramids and Library of Alexandria. Looking at remaining Age 1 leaders, no Hammurabi, nothing really amazing here. So I'm pretty happy with the Sun Tzu. I think he's the best one of this lot. Age 1, Machu Picchu, always a red flag for me. If someone pulls it off, it's a huge boost. Early Universitas is always good. Himeji Castle is one of the best wonders. Slightly weaker in 4-player, but still good. Then looking at the leaders, we have Columbus, but no Suez Canal, so it's a bit situational. Gutenberg, good early. Isabella, all around good leader. And of the rest, actually Barbarossa can work out, and the others are okay. H2, Nobel is here, Bonaparte is here, and Bach, been seeing some good outcomes with him. The rest are okay. I think that Gaudi is pretty situational, but and so is Watt probably. Robespierre could probably work for someone. This is a four-player game. Looking at wonders, Eiffel Tower is here. That's a big money maker, and Ocean Liner Service, pretty strong wonder. And finally, age 3, no Pierre de Coubertin. There is Bill Gates, there is Einstein, there is Jobs. So a lot of emphasis on labs. As always, computer is going to be a big competition. Marlene Dietrich means that early game dramas are slightly better because you can build on them. Then Marie Curie, highly situational. Sid Meier, of course. Okay, we have all four of them: Jobs, Meier, Einstein, Bill Gates, and Churchill. So pretty strong lineup for age 3, with the exception of Marie Curie. A lot of emphasis on computers. So I think this might make scientific methods stronger. Then looking at wonders, Red Cross is here, as are all of the base game wonders. So especially Fed food chains and spaceflight are relatively easy point generators, and Red Cross, which could really influence the way this game moves if you can get a food lead and um, the architecture or engineering to support it. So despite all this information, I'm pretty happy with Roman Rose and Zhao Tzu. It's a good wonder. It's a good leader. I'm happy to continue with this. Really makes my first few games, my first few turns early easier, and as the last player, it's good to have a military advantage so early. The other leaders and the other wonders showed up. Is this the entire deck? Yes, it is. So the entire deck showed up, and I'm pretty happy with this start, with this opening. None of these are phenomenal. I mean, Caesar is okay, Cleopatra is okay. I guess Ashoka could be nice. Confucius, I don't know if he's the right choice in a four-player game. He's just gonna give everyone science, and Moses is a pretty lackluster leader in my opinion. And these wonders, not only do they show up late, um, they're not very good. So I think that it's quite possible these two guys might end up with no age A wonder and skip straight to age 1, which could work out for them if Universitas shows up. But the other wonders, not really early game wonders. Maybe Forbidden City, but at this point it's just an expensive pyramids until later in the game. Rumbleman builds a mine, picks up Confucius and elects him, and picks up Stockpile. Raced is next with a mine, increases pop, picks up Ashoka and elects him, but doesn't get anything yet. Mugiwara is next, takes Julius Caesar and elects him, builds a mine, increases population. And now it is our turn. I think we can safely increase population, build a mine, get Sensu, and let's get the urban growth. That's a good card to have right now, because we are going to get a lab sooner rather than later. Okay, this looks good. Now let's draw the tactics we need. Fighting band. That's an interesting start. Armament seeds an event, reveals development of religion, which he cannot use. Increases population, builds a lab, picks up cartography. Interesting. Raised is up, seeds an event and reveals development of crafts. Increased population, gets the Acropolis Wonder and Patriotism 1 and builds a step. Acropolis is quite nice with the free temple. Mugiwara is next, doesn't build a free temple. Development of politics and development of agriculture. He does get the temple, pick up swordsman, code of laws, and gets a lab. We are up. On one hand, we last. On the other, controlling the flow could be nice. What are we getting here? I think we are getting a temple. And we could finish the wonder. But I think there's some good cards here we want to pick up. So let's increase population and build a temple. And that's enough to get out of corruption. There is Marlene Dietrich here, but there's no Bach, so I think I'll skip the drama. Let's get breakthrough in iron. I think it's a nice opportunity to get iron here. Did Red put any cards? So this might be science. And we have exactly enough here, so I don't think we want to seed an event. Actually, only markets and trade routes. Do we gain anything from civil life? We'll get a civil action for building this, so maybe we can seed an event. We don't have any plans for getting strength, and all of these are strength based. I guess we could put raiders. It is a bit risky though. I wish we saw a knight, because we want to think about what to do with Sensu. Do we want Gutenberg? This is a pretty early Gutenberg. So we can get Gutenberg, use the Gutenberg action for the lab. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's worth it. We don't know when we're gonna get alchemy. We haven't seen all any alchemies, right? Okay. Let's put Reign of Terror, and let's not be last. Okay, settlement. That's great. Saves us a civil action. So we're still getting the philosophy. This allows us to get another warrior. And given that all of these events are coming, we might even get fighting band. The problem is that the others might benefit from it if Sansu goes away. And then we do get the breakthrough in the iron, I think. Do we want swordsman over iron? We do have the Roman roads, which we're going to complete maybe even next turn, right? 1, 2, 3. So 4 out of 6 cards. Oh, Warfare is still in the deck. So maybe we'll wait with the Warriors, just in case we get them for free. Yeah, so we don't take the Swordsman. I'm pretty sure Rumbleman might take them. There's no Yanziska here. We really want to get knights, so okay. Let's keep the trade agreements because it looks like Rumbleman might be going for colonization. The problem is we really want the tactics. I think the tactics triumph these. Can we skip this fighting band? Let's not keep the fighting band. Let's keep the tactics. Let's play it safe. And now we got all the tactics. I'm glad we got the iron. It's gonna work well with the new deposits. Rumbleman sits in event, reveals development of playing, finishes the pyramids, develops cartography, and increases population, gets fighting band. So he's at 2. Raised is next, within a Ashoka that still doesn't do anything. Finishes Acropolis, increases population, builds a warrior, picks up Theocracy and Code of Laws. Okay, it triggers his Ashoka. Well done. And he gets Legion, which he still can't use. Okay. Mugiwara is next. Upgrades warriors, so he's at 3 strength. Starts Universitas Carolina. Picks up iron, and then increases pop, builds a stage. So we're behind the military. We have all the tactics, which is good. We probably want to pick up these knights, even though we can't research them yet. And we still have this Wanderer to worry about. Just getting a bit uncomfortable. Oh wow, Civil Life is here. So we'll probably get Civil Life for this iron. And start upgrading. Which means another round for the Wanderer. With that said, I am behind on military. And if I do this, I won't have knights for a while. Plus, I can't use the breakthrough. So we get 1 science and civil action, but it really delays us. So we might actually get development of science. We don't have mobile army, unfortunately. But this is a reasonable place to be. We can go for the iron next turn. And yeah, the Roman roads is starting to become a bit of a burden. We could start working on it. Finish it next turn. Can we afford seed to seed an event? We know there's Variant of Terror that won't hit us. The one thing we're concerned about right now is Raiders, and we discarded it. I think we can put these new deposits in. Yeah. Okay, here's the Reign of Terror. Okay, let's keep this plan. For my last action, I don't need reserves. I need urban growth. I need monarchy, but I'm not getting it anytime soon. I can't get it this turn, right? Nope, I'm just at 6. let's start working on this. So next turn we can finish it and still pick something up. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Although, what are we gonna pick up? Not amazing. Hopefully a rich land, another rich land shows up or something like that. Yeah, that would be fantastic. I don't have the actions to spare on reserves or urban growth right now. I don't need urban growth. Monarchy is too far away, and reserves is two actions I just don't have. The good news is no one else is getting actions anytime soon. Okay, we don't need two of these. Definitely not going for Fighting Band or Legion. Hmm. If I go for this, it will be the third game in a row I go for Heavy Cavalry with Sun Tzu. That will be interesting. And let's see if these guys see the events. We're ahead in military. I think we might stay ahead of military for the time being. Yeah, he really doesn't care about losing this population. And we have a colony. It's an inhabited territory. We can't really beat much with this. It could be nice, but yeah, we're not getting this. I don't have enough resources to beat more than one warrior, because I want to finish this wonder. That's the top priority right now. I'm disappointed people are putting colonies on a 2-player game, on a 4-player game. It's just throwing dice at this point. And really, I have no idea who did this, but nobody has cartography, and nobody has Colossus, and maybe it's Mugiwara, maybe he drew an exorbitant amount of +1 cards. I know I haven't seen any, so it might be him, but really confusing that there's colonies in this game. Let's see who gets it. Not me. Let's beat R1. Emblem wins the colony and throws out. Oh, he has navigation. Good for him. Plays stockpile. Builds the warriors back. Builds another warriors. Increases population. Picks up Michelangelo and elects him. And then starts the Great War. Yeah, nice. Picks up ability. So we know where he's going with his military. Raise these next. Plays urban growth for a lab. Increases population. Picks up rich land. And then played patriotism. Why doesn't he pick up the monarchy? He has the Acropolis. Oh, he wants this third warrior, I guess. Mugiwara is next. Finishes Universitas Carolina. That's nice. And starts Machu Picchu. And then plays Medieval Army. Did he just do me a huge favor? Yes, he did. Thank you. I think we are going to play an event. We might be able to go for this irrigation. So maybe we should play the Good Harvest. Scientific breakthrough. Okay. I think we should finish the wonder. Now is a good time. Are we afraid of rats? We are. So we could either increase population or pick up one of these cards. I think we can wait with the alchemy because this is going to become +1 and we have Bill Gates, so I think scientific method is the way for us. We don't need Barbarossa yet. We need to pick up a that medieval army first.
So it's a question between irrigation and increased population. No one is really in a position to benefit from rats. We're gonna lose the least, but no one's gonna be happy with it. Actually, everybody has population but me. Is there another irrigation in the deck? There is. Hmm. And you want to do iron next turn? So let's increase pop. So don't have to worry about rats. Okay. This goes away, this goes away. Oh, open borders agreement. That's fantastic. And we need to be wary of the remaining leaders. Let's see, I might take Eleanor of Akitan. She's a nice civil action boost down the line. We don't have any civil actions. I might actually pick up this Forbidden City if nobody takes it. Because I think I'm in a position to use both sides of it. Rumbleman's not gonna pick it. Graced might. Oh, he has the opposite, that's why I didn't take the Monarchy. And Mugiwara. Yeah, so we might get Forbidden City for cheap. That will be nice. We need the action, we need the happiness.
Rumbleman reveals Barbarian, nothing happens. Builds 2 chases of the Great Wall. Increases population twice. Picks up Alchemy. And that is all. Rest is next. Picks up Alchemy. Researches it. And upgrades twice. Mugiwara is next. Develops Code of Laws. Picks up knights and builds them. And builds the knights. Picks up urban growth. And that is all. So we are second last. We don't want to sit an event. We do want to offer open borders agreement. Offering it to Rumbleman, it's always a bit dangerous. And also, he's gonna get the Great Wall eventually, which will give him at least +2 strength. Race doesn't seem to have much going for him, and we are going to adopt the Medieval Army, which is actually gonna give Mugiwara. Maybe we're not gonna adopt the Medieval Army. Maybe we're gonna go for Phalanx. That's gonna give us 4. Whom do we want to offer this to? I think Raised. Let's see if he takes it. And we have no other use for our... Yeah, we do this instead of upgrading iron, right? No, we can still upgrade iron. Let's skip politics for a sec. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. We have 2 actions left. Do we just go for monarchy? I think it's still a reasonable time to go for monarchy. We'll still do this. We could get Columbus for... Let's see, he has Michelangelo, he didn't pick one. We could take Eleanor. We can even take her now, right? No, we can't. We don't have enough actions. One of these situations where you're just missing an action, even though everything reimburses you. Okay, I do think there is a good chance we're gonna do this, right? And if Mugiwara takes it next turn, that's his military actions. That's fine. And also, 3 resources in a swordsman. His resources don't go into Machu Picchu. I don't see him setting this up anytime soon. So, Okay, so if we take the monarchy, we're not getting iron in the next 2 turns. And if we don't take Eleanor, it's either Columbus or Isabella. And these two are competing for them as well. Mugiwara has +1 action. Yeah. Can we just take Da Vinci? How many alchemies are left? There's 1 alchemy. We're not in a position to do printing press. If we get Da Vinci, we can replace him right now, but does that benefit us in any way? I don't think Da Vinci is worth it without the science bonus, and there's no guarantee we're getting the alchemy. Especially with Mugiwara ahead of us. Okay. If we're going for monarchy, do we still want the open borders agreement? I think so. It's gonna give us at least 1 card. Now I'm not sure. Maybe we don't. Yeah, Erased is gonna get his military action from this. Okay. I decided not to go for the open borders agreement. I think it's a bit too late for that. Let's go for the monarchy. Let's go for the units. And let's go for Eleanor. Yeah, I think the civil actions are gonna be nice. We don't really need any of these. I guess we could take the cultural heritage. So wait, maybe we'll take the cultural heritage. And then next turn we can play it and start working on the mine. Actually upgrade 2 mines. In this case, do we take Da Vinci? And just hope for the left alchemy? Because we can't afford a printing press, we don't have the food for a printing press. Or do we hope for Columbus or Isabella of Castile? There is a bit of a risk here that we will end up with no Age 1 leader. But you know what, in this case, finishing with Sun Tzu is not the worst. So I wonder if I should take Theology. I don't see a huge benefit in bread and circuses. There's no Pierre de Coubertin. There is internet. Yeah, I'd rather... We're gonna have resources with this iron. Next turn is 1, 2, upgrade. Maybe pick up Columbus if he shows up for strategic territory. That would be nice, but he might not. And I don't know if we're gonna have the meeple for bread and circuses. Okay, let's do this. Let's discard the Enslave and the Open Orders Agreement. We might be able to play Aggression on Rumbleman next turn. Probably gonna fail, but actually if he stays at 2 military actions, we might as well try, right? He can't finish his Great Wall yet. Ooh, Dark Ages. Yeah, I think we want to put Dark Ages in the deck. And we now have 3 of the 6 Age 1 territories in our hand. Did anyone pick up Cartography? I don't know. Yeah, but I think I would love these Dark Ages. Oh, Himeji Castle. I would love to pick up Himeji Castle. Is Raced gonna take it for 3 actions? I don't think so. So we might get a really cheap Himeji Castle. That would be phenomenal. Yeah, if I can get these 2, that would be great. I don't mind doing Christopher Columbus for developed territory. Okay. Rumbleman takes engineering genius, increases population, builds a warrior, picks up reserves and the last iron. Raised is next. Sees an event and reveals border conflict. Finally, we're getting something off the strength. Increase population, picks up Eleanor of Aquitaine, selects her, builds a warrior, switches to theocracy, so he's at 8. Reaches Court of Laws. Very nice transition. Although, yeah, I think this is reasonably. It's a bit late in the age, but it's reasonable. Build a temple. Why did he build another temple? That's interesting. Why didn't he build a lab? He doesn't need happiness. Mugiwara is next. Sees an event. Reveals wealthy territory. So let me get this straight. I totally misread. I totally misread this deck, right? These guys took military leaders, had military advantage. They seeded 5 events, and one of these was a military event. 2 of these were colonies. That's insane. So, let's see. This is a wealthy territory. It's only going to give us 5 resources. Do you get the resources first or the bonus first? That's actually important. So whatever happens now, we can take Himeji Castle and immediately finish it, right? We can take, assuming Mugiwara doesn't take Columbus, which he might. We can take Columbus, elect Columbus, take Himeji Castle and finish it. And we're delaying our iron again, but that's not a big deal. I think getting Himeji Castle is worth it. And we did get the 3 resources from these Roman roads. We don't really need to pick anything else. The only variable here is whether Mugiwara takes Christopher Columbus himself, which he might. Yeah, he doesn't have much else to do, so it is quite possible. With that said, the only territory he might have is West Territory, which is totally worth Columbus, of course, and he does have 4 cards. It's possible he doesn't have, and it's possible he just take Columbus, because why not? The last leader is Isabella of Castile. So yeah, our turn is probably pick up Himeji and finish it. And then the following turn we're gonna need to fix this theology, which is fine. I don't think we bid for this, really. We don't have food. We don't have... yeah, we're gonna lose 2 people for the end of the age. And we don't need the resources right now. We won't be able to get rid of them, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on this. Yeah, let's pass. And this is nice, because on turn we're gonna play Dark Ages, and hopefully someone gets hit by this. Although we did put 2 cards in, and both of them are nice. I expected to have Irrigation or Iron by now, but now I'm just gonna give everyone some free stuff. Actually, nobody has their Iron or Irrigation set up. Did nobody pick the other Irrigation? No. Mugiwara is not getting his, so honestly I really wish that we trigger new deposits now before anyone gets anything out of it. But yeah, we can pass on this safely. Mugiwara is the only one who bid. Good for him. That's a huge win for him. I'm surprised no one else bid anything. He built a swordsman, 2 stages for Machu Picchu, picks up irrigation. That's really gonna help with the Machu Picchu plans. Can he do the whole thing next turn? Research, upgrade. No, he doesn't have enough, but he's closer than I would feel comfortable with. Yeah, Dark Age is definitely going in the deck. That's funny. And we can go for Iron. We can go for Himeji Castle. Yes. Let's get Columbus. Yeah, why not? The age is almost over. We have 3 territories. This is really nice. I'm pretty happy with this chain of events. Himeji is such a good card. We're getting some points. We replace Sansu just at the nick of time. Why is our infrastructure so weird? We have knights and monarchy, but we don't have anything here. I guess we could start going for iron now. We're gonna get one less bump off the Roman roads. Oh, and this has become science. Yeah, this is good timing for science. Um, yeah, I think I'm good with this. Definitely keeping the aggression now. I wouldn't get historic territory with Columbus. I'll probably get developed territory. Yeah, I think the token here is going to be nice, and the science, of course. We might grab these rich lands just so we can get a coal. We don't have what? Oh, we do have what? I might go for what, though I'm not super happy about him. There's both Catherine the Great and Napoleon Bonaparte. I think a lot of it depends on timing. Honestly, many of these leaders, I might just want to pick them early because I'm going to burn Columbus. Rumbleman plays Engineering Genius and finishes his Great Wall, going up to 8 strength. He then picks up Rich Land, develops the Iron, develops the Alchemy. Okay, so he might be. Oh, and builds a Warrior. So he might be afraid of Dark Ages. Race is next. Sees an event, reveals Call to Arms. So thankfully, we don't lose any actions. Picks up Breakthrough and Knight and Warfare. So he's hit by Corruption. Interesting. Mugiwara is next. Develops Theology and upgrades it. That was weird. It doesn't need any happy faces. It needs strength. Increases population and builds a swordsman. Yeah, I think at this point we can safely say that this Machu Picchu might have been a mistake. Oh, and adopts Phalanx, so he's not last anymore. He is second to last. We're up, and we're facing an interesting question. Do we want our developed territory now or not? I'm almost sure the answer is not, but let's play the turn to make sure. We're not facing any happiness issues, and new deposits and good harvest might show up. So let's take this. And let's get the rich land. I don't think we need alchemy, masonry, drama, or printing press. I don't think we want any of these leaders. We could go for drama and Bach, but that's a lot of actions. We might want to get this architecture down the line. We'll see. We can get it with cultural heritage. So maybe we can bank an action and increase population. Oh, it's both unhappiness and... So do we think it's going to be rats before Good Harvest shows up? And there's also rebellion to worry about. So it's a good question if you want to increase population or not. So I guess we can increase population and get developed territory. And that solves both the happiness. Yeah, so let's do that. To this, we're going to get the iron. We're going to get the rich land. We're going to increase population. We still get food. There's no unhappiness. And that's it. So Legion can go away. And probably Plunder. Rumbleman reveals new deposits, so we gain some stones, that's nice. Upgrades a mine, picks up a rich land, picks up Republic, which is a good move except it doesn't have any military actions. Build a temple. That's it. Raised is next. Seeds an event and reveals Good Harvest. I think we seeded both of these, right? Gets a Warfare, picks up James Watt, and elects him. Picks up Selective Breeding, and researches it. Upgrades Selective Breeding, and suffers corruption. Was this Selective Breeding really worth 3 actions? Mugiwara is next. Doesn't see an event, picks up Nobel, that makes sense. Picks up Nobel, such a good card. Finally finishes Machu Picchu, even though he only makes 1 of each. Picks up Architecture. Okay. We are next. Do we want to seed Popularization of Science? We're second to last on... Yeah, I don't think we want to seed Popularization of Science. I don't want to raid anyone. What do we want to do? There's a bunch of things that we want to fix here. And we want to fix our science. We want to pick up a leader. We don't have to hurry for Catherine the Great, right? We could wait for Napoleon. So he doesn't have a leader. He does. He does. So if I don't take Catherine the Great, it's between Rumbleman and me for Napoleon, Gaudi, and Robespierre. And you know what? Even Robespierre is going to be decent because we can use it for an H3 technology. Oh, here's strategy. That's a big one. So there's a bit too many things I want to do right now. What's the selective breeding? What's the scientific method situation? There's only 2 of them. Here's one. And there is Bill Gates this game. So we can do this. We can actually get strategy right now. And we suffer some corruption, but... Yeah, we really see the pain of not having enough civil elections right now. There's too much we want to do. We can also increase population for what it's worth. Let's see. Okay, I don't think this is a Catherine game. Although, getting another population... Yeah, no one is really suffering a lot from taking their population, and getting 1 population could be nice, but not huge. And we already have the developed territory and the Roman roads. I do want to fix my military somehow. That's too bad. I really want both of these. We just started the age, right? So we should have another shot at all of these. Okay, I am gonna get another swordsman. And I will upgrade one of the mines. Yeah, this takes me out of corruption. And we have 4 actions left. I wonder if we should skip the strategy. Go for scientific method. Yeah, I think this might be the way to go. This doesn't get us anything, right? Yeah. We solved the military situation. For now, at least, someone is gonna take strategy. Maybe even Rumbleman. He's gonna need it with Republic, so he might just get Republic, pick up strategy. How many strength cards have we seen? Yeah, there's still a few in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna wait with. I'm not gonna play this popularization of science, but I am gonna get the scientific method. This is a Bill Gates game, so scientific method is much stronger than usual. Early Gates plus scientific method wins games. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. This solves our strength situation. We're starting to work on our science. We upgraded the mine. There's a lot of other cards I want to pick here. Strategy, Rifleman, and Catherine the Great, but just no actions for them. So we're gonna hope that Napoleon shows up um, sooner rather than later. Do we have an alternative here? Like, can we go for Catherine the Great, pick up the scientific method, upgrade? Nope, one action short. We can just take Catherine the Great and not elect her yet and do this. This might work, you know? And we can elect Catherine next turn. The problem is that this gives Rumbleman... Yeah, I don't think Catherine is the right leader for now. What's the point situation? On the other hand, another yellow token could be helpful. Is it going to be helpful? Are we going to wait 3 turns without increasing population? Are we going to pick up Frugality? We might pick up Frugality. Yeah, we might pick up this Frugality. But we don't care because we're going to be at 4 anyway. So, yeah, I don't like the Catherine plan. I want to keep the pressure on Napoleon because Napoleon is going to be nice right now. Nobody has a big military lead. And even Robespierre is going to be nice. And you know what? We might even go for Gaudi with something like a team sports or journalism. Okay, so I think that's gonna be the move. We might go for justice system this age. We need more actions. Is there a Kremlin? We might go for a Kremlin if we can figure out if we get team sports. Honestly, at this point, any of these wonders will be nice, and we are gonna have 3 iron hopefully. We haven't seen the engineering genius, right? Yeah, the age just started. What's gonna be discarded? Are we expecting more colonies? There's only Vast left, and then it's time for H2 cards. 4 of these are in the deck. So there's a 4 in 11 chance that Vast is in the deck. Nobody has a huge... Yeah, let's gamble that Vast is not in the deck, and we can safely discard this. I think we are going to play Popularization of Science next turn. So let's discard the aggression and this tactic. We might actually go for another Phalanx if we somehow get food. Autonomous territory. There's no Suez Canal, right? No, there is no Suez Canal. If only we kept Columbus all this time. We could play autonomous territory now. Yeah, but this one is not going into the deck unless we can figure out satellites. We might be able to get this breakthrough or urban growth on our next turn. Actually, all 3 of these could be nice if we can get them on the next turn. And a strategy, but I doubt I'm going to get it. Rumbleman is going to get Republic and pick it up. Rumbleman plays Cultural Influence, so we have a nice place in the middle. Develops Republic, plays which land, picks up Strategy, makes sense with Republic, but you have no science, picks up Frugality, Efficient Upgrade, and Rifleman, and then builds a Warrior. I guess it makes some sense given that he has the Great Wall, but still a bit of an overcommitment here. Waste is next. Offers an international trade agreement to Mugiwara, which Mugiwara accepts. Increases population, develops knights, builds knights, upgrades a farm, adopts phalanx, picks up breakthrough, and wave of nationalism. Oh my, these yellows and leaders really disappeared, huh? Mugiwara picks up cannon, develops cannon, increases population, builds a cannon, develops iron, takes urban growth. No Napoleonic army yet. Okay, we are next. The leaders are all gone, but I guess we still wait for one of the other ones. We're behind in military, so I don't know if we should play an event. Yeah, there's still some nastiness here. Raiders for a uncertain borders. Let's see if we can fix our military first. Doesn't really seem like it, but let's see. Do we want to play popularization of science? I think it's a bit risky. We're not that far ahead, unfortunately. So if we take this frugality, then next turn we can increase population twice. Unless red shows up. There's always the big reds question. There's team sports right here. Always tempting. Is this appear the Kuberta game? I keep forgetting. This game advances really slowly, by the way. It's not, but this solves two birds with one stone, right? We're ahead on military and it solves the happiness situation. Better than theology, I think. But it does mean that we're not increasing population anymore. Which of these cars should we pick up? Let's see. How are we on points? Decent. No one's really pulling ahead. Napoleon is left, and both Reist and Mugiwara took leaders. So I might just want to get cannons, just so we can go into that when the time comes. Just with Napoleon or Mugiwara got into cannons, so he might have the tactic for us. So again, apologies if I'm repeating myself. This game advanced really slowly, but the civil action situation is not ideal. There's still a justice system that we can pick it up, so that might be it. And ideally we want to upgrade this as well, maybe next turn. I wish I could pick up any of the yellows, but I think that getting team sports is more important, and choosing between these four cards, in my mind, cannon makes the most sense. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. And at this point, Gaudi might be a nice option. We have 3 buildings here. We might get an opera or journalism, either one of which could work really nicely with Gaudi. So any of these leaders will be nice. Our military situation is decent. I really hope for Napoleon. Napoleon could be beneficial, and we're much better prepared for these various cards. I wonder if we should play an event. It's always a tricky question, right? There's navigation here, which we're not getting, so no autonomous territory. Triggering uncertain borders wouldn't be a huge deal. Neither would raiders. On the other hand, foray would be really helpful. Might give us another person. Okay, so let's wait. Let's wait. We're not going to play this territory. Is a war going to happen? A war might happen because Race doesn't really have any military technologies. He has Wave of Nationalism, but no technologies here. So let's leave the war. Let's ditch the raid. And if nobody advances, if the military stays like this, we might play popularization of science next turn. Will we play iconoclasm? I don't know if we will. I wonder if Rumbleman is going for Eiffel Tower now. I think it could work really nicely with, he could get Eiffel Tower and Engineering Genius. Yeah, that makes sense. For us though, we might take the Transcontinental Railroad, right? Because we don't have any use for these stones, and we could finish it next turn. Not this turn, not the coming turn, the following turn. And we can enter age 3 with Transcontinental. Okay, let's see what the others do now. Rumbleman reveals Pestilence, plays Frugality, increases population, upgrades a lab, and starts working on Transcontinental Railroad. He picks up Engineering Genius and builds one step. So next turn he could finish it. Oh, and he builds a Warriors. So many Warriors. That's quite an investment in Warriors. He does have the Great Wall, so it's fine. Raced, picks up Coal and Navigation, increases population, builds a Knight, and develops Navigation, and picks up Architecture. Okay, so we're behind on military now. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Mugiwara picks up Constitutional Monarchy and immediately researches it. Picks up Opera and Scientific Method. Upgrades a mine. Adopts Phalanx. Picks up Patriotism, and that is all. Let's see. Do we want to seed an event? We're going to lose one population for the Pestilence, but we can just lose a religion, so it's not a big deal. And what kind of age 1 events are we facing? There's quite a few that are military related, so I think we can skip on military for now. Let's lose this temple. We don't really need it. What do we want to do next? No one put anything that is related to tactics. So the question is, do we want another warrior? I guess we could build another 2 warriors if we so choose. Here's a justice system, but I think we won't spend 3 actions for it. Given that both Raced and Mugiwara has Code of Laws, it's quite possible we'll just get it for 1 action. Our infrastructure is in shambles. Not ideal. What's going on here? Looking at what we want to lose, we need to buff off our military, right? I mean, I could get a cannon. And we're ahead. We don't have any cannon related tactics, but I think it's better than dumping more resources into warriors. There's another rifleman in the deck, but not right here. And given that we just blew up a mine, we should probably take this efficient upgrade. Do we want to take the Eiffel Tower? We don't have the 3 actions for that. We're behind on points, but not painfully behind. And I guess I could just do this cultural heritage, get some science. And are there any age 2 wonders left? There's an ocean liner service, which will be pretty good. Getting this selective breeding could be great, but possible that Rumbleman is going to take it. Or even Mugiwara, so I wouldn't count on selective breeding. I think I might get the justice system. And I don't know about this revolutionary idea. Otherwise, the situation is really not ideal, and not having a leader for so long has been painful. There's still Napoleon in the deck. I guess that's what we're aiming for. Napoleon is going to bump us up to 6 and going to give us a military action. And only Rumbleman is competing for him. And he doesn't really gain much from Napoleon. He might just go for... Honestly, he doesn't gain much from any of these. He is going to finish the railroad. Oh, he's not. What? Didn't he have enough to finish the railroad? I guess he built a phalanx. Oh, he has reserves. So we can go reserves, 2 stages, and engineering genius. So we're gonna be left behind, but at least for the time being, we're ahead. And as soon as Napoleon comes up, we're gonna fix this. Hopefully, it doesn't come up now and Rumbleman takes him. What do we want to discard? I think Iconoclasm can go. Nobelian race going away are not going to be a huge deal, and we're counting on Napoleon right now. Let's keep the aggression and the territory. We can only keep 3 of these, right? There may still be territories in the deck. There could be a Vest territory, there could be H2 territories. So let's keep the colonization card, let's keep the war. So I guess the others are going to go away. And I think we can keep the popularization of science. Yeah, we're going to be ahead. Bill Gates could really solve the game for us. But we don't know if he's going to show up or not. So let's leave it like this. Yeah, and this maximizes the chances we're going to get this justice system. Raced and Mugiwara don't have a huge amount of actions, so hopefully we're going to get this urban growth, though we might not. Mugiwara might take it. His hand is pretty full. He has other stuff to do, so maybe he won't. But yeah, there's a bunch of good cards here that hopefully we'll get. Justice system, selective breeding, urban growth. All of these could be good. Rumbleman plays reserves, finishes up his transcontinental, picks up selective breeding, and starts the Statue of Liberty. Interesting, very cool. Taking the best out of Michelangelo, and picks up cannon. That's pretty sweet. Raised seeds an event, reveals knowledge of the ancients. We get 3 science. Develops a coal, upgrades, upgrades. Picks up organized religion, researches it. Mugiwara is up. Plays defensive army, going up to 17 strength. Develops irrigation. Picks up revolutionary idea. Upgrades irrigation. Increased population. And picks up urban growth. No Napoleon yet. Do we want to play popularization of science? I think so. I think we're going to upgrade this here. And we're second in military, so we might as well. Rats, we lose 2 food. Race loses 9 food. Oh, that's a lot of food to lose. It's going to slow us down a bit, but not a huge deal. Let's close this corner. And I think we should get this justice system now. We probably want one of these reserves. Does this game have Red Cross? It does. And we are going to lose these 2. Oh, Dark Ages is next. Nothing we can really do about that, right? We're just going to lose 3 science. So I need to remember next turn I only have 7. Should I pick up this breakthrough instead? I don't think so. We really need resources more. I guess we might want Rifleman because we want to copy this. But I think we want reserves more than we want Rifleman. Yeah, we upgrade. Because we only generate 4 resources a turn, right? So let's get reserves. We don't know when Bill Gates is going to show up. I guess we can take selective breeding. Let's rip this up next turn and then go for Napoleon or Gates. Let's keep the infiltrate, but I don't see a war happening. Yeah, and going into H3 I think is a bit too late for a war on territory. Napoleon, almost last in the deck. We might take Robespierre instead. And then Military Theory, which we actually want, and Marlene Dietrich, which Mugiwara might pick up. I keep forgetting we have the castle, so we might want to go for a war. Let's take Napoleon and think about it. Actually, if we get Napoleon, we might just declare a war and race next turn, right? Especially if we somehow get these riflemen, which seems unlikely, but could happen.
Here's the Dark Ages, so we'll do some science. Rumbleman plays reserves, picks up Gaudi. Interesting. I guess he just wants a leader. Left Gaudi, starts working on the Statue of Liberty, picks up Breakthrough, and develops strategy. Raced is next, sees an event, and reveals Highway. I'm unfortunately the weakest, so I'm going to lose 4 points. Picks up Rifleman, upgrades Mine, upgrades the Temple, and picks up Military Theory. Mughal is next, sees an event, and reveals Prosperity. So gains some food, develops Scientific Method, upgrades, destroys a mine for another lab, and then takes reserves. So we have a bit of a silent competition for Bill Gates here. So we are going to take Napoleon Bonaparte, I think. Do we want to declare a war on Raced? He has military theory that he can't get. He does have Way of Nationalism, so that's a pretty dangerous course of action. What's the worst that could happen here? He gets Riflemen, he upgrades, let's say, all 3 of them, and he gets Classical Army, right? That's plus 6, plus 5, plus 11, he'll be at 27, yeah. So probably not the best idea. With that said, I think we can go for Cold War, right? And we are going to rebuild an event. We're second in strength now though, so let's do it. Okay, strategic territory. Let's see. I think we can bid at least 4 for it. And given that this is H3, I wonder if we're sending a set. Our strength is going to go down, but then pick up, and burn the 4 cards. I don't have that many presence of collation though, so it might be a bit risky. Let's keep it minimal. Yeah, I think we're going to keep it minimal. Someone else is probably going to get it. One of these 2, Rumbleman or Raced.
Raced wins with a bid of 10. And he sends 2 units and 2 cards, going down to 17. He does get 4 H3 cards, which is nice. So for my action phase, we should probably get Napoleon. Yeah, Marlene Dietrich doesn't really help us that much. We can use her to get another phalanx pretty easily, but I don't know if that is very exciting at the moment. While Napoleon just gives us strict strength, so we're gonna do that. There's 2 H2 events. Interesting that Rumbleman is still ahead. This is not a Pierre game, right? No, it's not. I'm sorry if I keep asking this, but it's difficult to remember in a asynchronous game. We can start working on this farm, which is interesting because we already have reserves, so maybe we should wait. You know what? There is International Red Cross, so let's go for this. Let's start upgrading. And Hmm. We should probably take these air forces just so that nobody else gets them. No one is really set up for military. It's risky to press on them, right? But I don't know if I want them that much. Well, let's wait a minute with this. We can't go for oil, right? Hmm. I like the idea of an early oil. It could work, but there's gates in the deck, and we don't have the science for an oil. I guess we could just build a scientific method. Yeah, I think this makes more sense than getting another selective breeding. And and in this case, I will pick up the air forces. Yeah, I think this is the sensible thing to do. We're as prepared for gates as we can be, and we have the air forces for the off chance we draw meaningful tactics or someone. Oh my, I completely forgot about this defensive army. So if modern infantry shows up, we need it for that. And yeah, and if we want to, we can do the selective breeding next turn. I think these are a bit too far for us. Um, I'm completely blanking. There's democracy here as well. Should we take democracy over air forces? There is a Cold War in the deck, so there's a chance we can research democracy next turn. Early democracy is always good, and this is early in the age. There are 3 air forces. We have Napoleon, and the modern infantry is going to help us, so maybe that's what we should do instead. And hopefully Rumbleman takes the air forces, because he's relatively ill-equipped to use them, while Raced will just pounce on them. So it's a bit of a gamble, but he does have a lot of actions, so I think it's a good chance he picks up air forces. Okay, so let's do that, and if Cold War shows up, then we can get democracy next turn. Popularization of science will also be nice. And what can we discard? I don't think a war on technology is happening this game. Okay, so movies and fundamentalism shows up. Let's see if we can get any of these yellows, although we're behind on points, on actions. We'll need this democracy sooner rather than later. Rumbleman reveals independence declaration, so Mugiwara loses his wealthy territory, finishes the Statue of Liberty, picks up reserves, plays in all the reserves, upgrades a lab, takes air forces, oil, and builds a farm. Raced is next, saves an event, reveals economic progress. Unfortunately, we get very little for that. Picks up and selects Steve Jobs, develops riflemen, increase population, upgrades warriors, builds a knights, increase population, builds a rifleman. Oh, and adopts classical army. So he's a 28 strength. Takes multimedia. Mugiwara is next, plays revolutionary idea, picks up Marlene Dietrich, and develops architecture, develops opera, builds an opera, elects Marlene Dietrich, increase population, builds a cannon, and switches to mobile artillery. That's really great because we're gonna adopt this tactic. Do we want inhabit territory in the deck? Given that Cold War is there, I think we might skip. Yeah, let's skip that. I wonder if I should go for military. That's really tempting. And I think that we might. So the first step is gonna be to get fundamentalism and military buildup. And while we're at it, let's get patriotism as well, and tanks. Yeah, I think we're all ready. Now we just need a war. And next turn, we can build a cannon, upgrade the tanks, and get the mobile artillery. Yeah, I think this is good. Plus, we're ahead on military, so we're gonna get the Cold War. This can go. We're not gonna cede it. Okay, and here's a war. We don't have that many military actions though. So next turn we can only build one. Like assuming we pay 2 actions for the... We're gonna pay 3 actions for the war, 2 actions for the tactics. We have 2 actions left because we have patriotism, right? So maybe we're gonna build a cannon and then build a tank, or maybe upgrade a tank. Is there another military buildup in the deck? Military theory? There is, but it is... we need a bunch of things to happen, right? We need the Cold War and the military theory to show up. So we'll see if it materializes, and then we need to choose whom to attack. Rumbleman seeds an event and reveals vast territory. And yeah, I think we will be pretty happy with the vast territory right now. I wonder if now is the time to throw a whole phalanx at it. We're gonna be last on military. Yeah, and there's a few cards we want coming up. And we're pretty focused on this war idea, right? So we shouldn't throw away too much stuff. In fact, even throwing away another warrior that's 3 strength. And in fact, even putting a single warrior here puts us less on strength. The tricky part is that I really want that Cold War. I should beat something, right? Let's see if we beat this. Yeah, I don't think 6 is gonna be enough. Seriously, it's one of the best colonies, territories. It's still early in the age. I don't think 6 is gonna be enough. I could consider beating a whole set. And what are we gonna get from this? We're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can only get 1 unit off it. I don't think we're getting this much out of it. Let's just beat the 6. I think that's enough for now. Rumbleman wins with a beat of 9. Sends 2 units. Breakthroughs a cannon. Increases population twice. Builds a cannon. Builds another cannon. Adopts entrenchments, which is nice, but he really needs the rifleman or the modern infantry. Takes revolutionary idea, the other revolutionary idea. Oof, nice. Efficient upgrade. And increases population. The low civil action count is really hurting me here. Raised takes reserves, plays Wave of Nationalism, increases population and builds a knight, upgrades a warrior, upgrades a temple, and then gets hit by corruption. Mugiwara is next, picks up urban growth and patriotism, plays patriotism, picks up tanks, discover tanks, upgrades, and increase population, and builds another tanks. Now, can we feasibly declare war on anyone? Probably not. Everyone has a lot of everything, huh? I guess Rumbleman has the least. And how many modern infantries are left? There is a modern infantry, so it could be painful if he picks that up. Let's see how that would look. We would play War over Culture on Rumbleman. Oh, and he has the castle to add insult to injury. We can military build up and play patriotism. We cannot discover the tanks, unfortunately. We don't have enough science. And we will have enough scientists we get Churchill, I guess. Of course, then we lose 6. We need to blow something up. It's probably going to be a mine. And then we're going to build this. We will adopt mobile artillery. And then upgrade. Yeah. We're really not in a position to declare war on anyone. Would you like to play an impact? We are last. And we're last, and there's a Cold War in there. So probably not. So let's see what else we can do. How many points will Spaceflight give us? 13. Yeah, the fundamentalism rush might have been. Maybe I should have waited for democracy. And also the science is hurting us. Let's see what we can do to salvage the situation. I mean, we can still get Einstein, play military buildup, and then trade a warrior. Wait, if we do that, let's lose a warrior, play military buildup, and get Einstein. Use this warrior for mobile artillery. And in fact, let's get another one. So at least we're ahead on something. Next turn we're going to have 16 science. I wonder if we want to fix this selective breeding. Maybe. Could also get computers. Okay, let's get computers, discover selective breeding, and upgrade this. So we're gaining some food, and we should be able to go for impact of science, at least. And yeah, gave up on the military route, unfortunately. I wonder if it's too late to go for this food. Yeah, I think it might be. Yeah, I do think I want to blow these up. I do think we want Einstein. We will play the military build-up and get some more units. That's the wrong one. We can actually play patriotism and get another one, right? And still adopt the tactic. I don't think this is urgent though. We can do it next turn as well. And then next turn I'm going to have 16, so let's do computers. So we can discover computers and selective breeding for the Nobel Prize. And I guess we can take satellites. It's a low cost technology. Yeah, this seems reasonable. We're pretty far behind. Oh, I'm the one with the magic castle. I I am not paying attention. Sorry for that. I'm the one with the magic castle. Okay, so I don't think the war is gonna happen, but I think aggressions might. So let's leave these. Are we expecting any more colonies? We might. Impact of government. We're last on it. We could get 3 more points with military theory. Is it still in the deck? It is, so we might play it. So just looking at the various aggressions, no one is really invested in buildings, and we're not going for any wonders, so I think we might have all the resources we need. Is engineering still in the deck? It is, and we might also get engineering. There's a handful of more yellows. We're going to need a spy. I think the spy might be good. These are really good aggressions. Okay, let's keep 5 cards, so we are going to have to discard a lot. I think the impact stay. and a defense card stay. So let's start discarding aggression and see how many we need to discard. Okay, so we can keep one aggression, and I think that aggression is going to be armed intervention. Yeah, next turn we can go for, let's say, satellite and computers, and see if we can grab any yellows. Is fast food change the last wonder? Yeah, so all the wonders are out. Let's see what's the rest of the game like. Rumbleman reveals popularization of science. So we get some points, plays revolutionary idea, gets civil service and plays it, plays revolutionary idea, develops oil and upgrades it. Works really well with his train. Plays reserves, builds a cannon, takes Churchill and elects him, increase population, and that is all. So we're second on military. Race is next, sees an event, reveals Cold War. That's great, we get the science. Starts spaceflight, develops architecture, immediately finishes spaceflight for 17 points. I wonder if he should have waited with that. He had a lot of construction, I guess. Mugiwara is next, sees an event, reveals immigration, nothing happens. Increase population, and builds a theater. Adopts mechanized army, disbands a swordsman, plays patriotism, and builds a cannon. So along with, and then starts Hollywood and picks up engineering genius. So along with Merlin and Dietrich, he has 2 sets. We're next. We're next to last, but I think we can safely play an event now. Yes, we can. Maybe it's going to be terrorism. I'm pretty sure we're going to be first on science at the end of this. Yeah, so let's go with impact of science. Civil unrest, nothing happens. Do we want to take any of these wonders? We might want to take fast food chains. But let's wait for a minute. Are we going to need the selective breeding? Probably not. We could just play reserves for food, right? But we should do it next this turn. So let's get computers and satellites. This also gives us the Nobel Prize. And then we can upgrade one of these for a lot of science. 18 science. Will that be enough to research 2 things next turn? I don't know if it will. One of them could be tanks. The other could be... Oh, we have 2 more turns, right? So we need to think about it in these terms. So we have 30 science overall, and ideally we want to research 3 things. This endowment for the arts is 6 points for us. This fast food chain is 17 points. If we don't take it, I guess Rumbleman will. Is this the last wonder? It is. So we should seriously consider getting this fast food chains. And I think we're going to get 2 more turns, but I doubt that we'll be able to yeah, next turn is going to be after the age ends, right? Yeah, because already it's going down to 10. So the age is going to end by our next turn, which means we should probably play this reserves for food, because we are going to need to pay food next turn. Alternatively, we could get this selective breeding, because we have 16 for this, right? And we can upgrade this once. What is left in the deck? There's a mechanized agriculture. Are we gonna get it? We might. Is there a way we can get the selective breeding and upgrade it this turn? How does that help us? Let's see. We can get the selective breeding and upgrade it. It gives us 2 food, which is not amazing. I really do think we need the fast food chains. We don't have much use for our resources otherwise. And ideally we'll get this professional sports, because we're gonna need the happiness. Do we need these computers right now? We might not, right? Because we can do something like this. This also triggers our Nobel Prize. Does this give us first place on military? It does. And these might be impact of military or competition. And we don't have enough resources to finish. Yeah, we will have enough resources to finish the fast food chains, right? Yeah, so let's prepare for impact of strength and competition. We haven't seen either one of them. And this still gives us the Nobel Prize. Next turn we're going to have 14 science. So we can pick whatever we need to get another set. And we will play the reserves for food now. Yeah, I think this will be helpful. I think there is a non-negligible chance of a impact of strength here, or competition. We know the impact of science is far away, and we're ahead anyway, so we're safe with that. There could be an architecture, but it's just 1 point here. And the science difference is 3 additional science. Will it matter if we have 14 science next turn or 17? It will, because if we go for computers, the next turn we can get both tanks and professional sports, assuming nobody takes it, right? How much science will we have with this again? I guess we can go for computers and tanks. Oh, but then we want to be ahead in military, right? Yeah, we want to be ahead. We need the satellites. Okay, so what are the constants? The constants are that we need the food, otherwise the reserves will go away. And we want the fast food chains. Can we just take these professional sports? Let's see. No, we're 2 science short. What if we don't play the reserves? Yeah, now we have 18. We only need 16. So next turn we can play both of these. We're 2nd place on military, which is decent. And my one concern is the reserves. But actually next turn we can go for selective breeding and professional sports and upgrade the selective breeding. And then the following turn we will finish the fast food chains. So for that we actually, no, I can't go for selective breeding next turn. It's gonna go away. It's gonna be discarded. That's a bit of a bummer. 1830. This is 16. Are there 2 technologies that are 7 science each? No, only mechanized agriculture is left. Is there a way in which we get selective breeding this turn? We can just go like this, right? And like this. And then upgrade and take the professional sports. Next turn we have 18 science. which is enough to play these two or these two. Actually, we could play these two, right? And trigger Nobel again, which will leave us with 3 science, and we will have plus 12, which puts us at 15. Yeah, and we won't be able to combo off Nobel again. But maybe we don't need to, maybe this is gonna be enough. And are we sure we have enough to finish the wonder? I think we do. So this helps with architecture. We just hope that strength doesn't show up. If it does, at this point we lose 5 points. After Rumble is my turn, we might lose 10, which is a bit of a bummer. But I think this gives us the most oomph for our buck right now. And there's no way I'm squeezing another population here, right? I'm gonna need 5 food for that. Yeah, and I have a total of 19 food this game. Upgrading the team sports is gonna cost me 2. Upgrading computers is gonna cost me 3, that's 5. Plus this, it's 21, 15, 19. Yeah, so we only have 3 resources other than the fast food chains, which might be a bit of a problem if we want. Yeah, so we might run out of resources unless we can get this urban growth or reserves. You know what? It's possible. I'm still not sure this is the best course of action though. Given that, let's do this again and recalculate the science. Do we need the professional sports? I don't think we do. Worst case, we can just blow something up, right? So we have 18, and then we have 30. And it gives us a bit more resources, right? Because we don't want to, this doesn't help us much, unless there's an impact of agriculture. I mean, actually it's not just impact of agriculture, right? It's impact of agriculture, and it's impact of balance. Yeah, at this point it's 2 impacts. So maybe this is a bit risky. Let's go with this. Yeah, next turn I'm gonna have 18 science, so we can pick any 2 of these. Are we gonna get the mechanized agriculture? We don't know, because Mugiwara might pick it up as well. Actually, he doesn't really need it. Race doesn't need it. Rumbleman might need it. If it shows up right now, Rumbleman might take it, so let's not risk it. Let's go with the selective breeding. It's gonna help with agriculture, it's gonna help with balance, it's gonna help with the food we need anyway. It triggers the Nobel Prize. Next turn we can go for computers and professional sports. That's, yeah, and then we can get some more science out of it. So can we play this patriotism for ore somehow? Because banking that ore could be pretty sweet. So I think this means we give up on professional sports. Yeah, we do this and this, we upgrade, we get the ore, and we get fast food chains. And now we finish the game with at least 22 stones, which means we have 6 stones to play with after the fast food chains. And that's enough for getting computers and upgrading both tanks, or getting computers and upgrading team sports. So we have a few options here. This is for, and it's a bit of a gamble that we'll get these professional sports, someone else might pick it up. But both Race and Mugiwara are busy with other stuff, I think, so hopefully they won't get it. And Rumbleman, I don't think Rumbleman is gonna pay 3 actions, right? I could be wrong. Actually, he might, because he does need some sort of happiness solution. I guess worst case we just build another team sports, right? 18, 22, because we have 6 extra. Yeah, worst case we just build another team sports. We blow up a cannon, we build a team sports, science, military stays the same, competition stays the same, and we get 3 more happy faces. And next turn we have 18, so we can research the technologies. Make sure we're still leading in science. We might even net another green card. This urban growth could be amazing. I don't see how we're getting endowment for the arts. And I do think we need the 17 points from these fast food chains. For the off chance we get reserves next turn, we can actually get another population. So fast food chains is going to be worth more. Yeah, let's work with this. Let's see how far it gets us. One last opportunity for a good impact. And we didn't get any. That's too bad. Rumbleman reveals impact of colonies. Do we have any colonies? We do. We get 3 points. Develops Rifleman. Develop selective breeding. Upgrades warrior. Upgrades a farm. Takes computers, engineering, revolutionary idea, and upgrades a warrior. So he's at 42 and we are third on military. Raised seeds an event and reveals impact of competition, so that's too bad. We're too late on these tanks. We still get 10 points, which is reasonable. Increases population, builds a rifleman, picks up air forces, plays reserves, increase population again, and takes the damage for the arts. Even though he's ahead on points. Interesting. Mugiwara is next. Seeds an event and reveals impact of population. We get the list on this. Increase population, builds a theater, takes air forces, efficient upgrade, and starts Hollywood. Okay. So the age just ends. We don't have an event to say. We could put an impact of government. And here's a military theory. Are we gonna pick it up? I don't know if we will, because if we do these two, and then this, oh, we can research it next turn. So maybe we could put an impact of government in the deck. Let's see. That doesn't let us help solve the arena situation. And I think Mugiwara might pick it up. Otherwise, any chance we get a democracy? What does democracy give us right now? Not a lot in that regard. So I guess we could put an input of government. Yeah, we just lose points to Rumbleman. Does he have a wonder? He doesn't. And there's the risk that we reveal impact of strength when we are last. Are we gonna stop being last? If we want to do this and we want to do this, now we're second on strength. And we have exactly enough to solve the fast food chains. And we're not getting any of these yellows, sadly. I think I want at least one of them, so let's see if we can take it somehow. We could solve happiness by doing this, but now we lose on now we lose on agriculture again, which might be in the deck. 2 anti-patriotism, and the tanks. Um, Maybe we give up on the urban growth. Yeah, I think we might have exactly enough resources without the urban growth. Yeah, let's go for this, and this, and this. I think that's gonna be fine. Competition is gone, unfortunately, but at least we're second on military. And we're exactly 1 action short for these reserves. At least we can still get computer next turn if necessary. Though it doesn't seem like this will be the case. I guess we can pass on patriotism and get the urban growth instead. No, we will get the reserve instead. But yeah, we lose 4, we gain 4. Not a huge difference. We could do this, and now we're ahead on strength, but now we can't finish the wonder. Yeah, that's a bad idea. Um, we could build another arena. No, but now we can't finish the wonder. We are really short on actions this game. That was a bummer. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this course of action. This seems to be the safest right now. We can finish the wonder next turn. I really don't see how we're squeezing another action to pick up reserves, let's say. And if someone gains any science, then we might lose impact of science. Is that gonna happen? Rest could build my multimedia. Rumbleman could go for computers, I guess. He could go for 2 computers. I would feel much better with this reserve in hand. But I don't really see how to squeeze it. We could give up on a mine. What are the chances that there's an impact of agriculture in the deck? Um, yeah, it's quite possible, right? How many of these are in there? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think one of them is industry. There might be culture, where we're doing very poorly. Yeah, let's just blow up a farm. Now we're losing 3 points on Einstein and potentially 4 points on technology. If we can't pick something up. Because we have the science. And the card row is going to be empty. Yeah, let's just give up on the reserves. I think that's going to be the way to go. And let's hope nobody's challenging our computers. What do we want to do with the last two actions? Let's start working on this.
Rumbleman reveals impact of happiness. Um, where are we on happiness? 12, I think? 8. Oh well, that's pretty bad. Plays revolutionary idea. Builds the cannons. Takes multimedia. Develops multimedia. Increases population. Builds multimedia. He has a lot of civil actions. Takes modern infantry, military theory, and that is all. Rest is next. Season event reveals impact of harmony. I think we're like 12 on that. No, 16. Develops military theory. Destroys a lab for a temple. Destroys a mine for another temple. And then Mugiwara is next. Season event reveals impact of architecture. I think we're just getting a bit of points in this. Not a lot. Picks up mechanized agriculture. Develops air forces and mechanized agriculture for the Nobel Prize. Builds a farm. Takes reserves. Takes urban growth. And finishes Hollywood. We are far behind. This is our final turn. Do we want the impact of government? We lose points on Rumbleman, but we gain points on everyone else. And unfortunately, Rumbleman is the one we want to defeat the most. And he's gonna trigger something. Let's see. What are we doing this turn? The only thing we're doing is finishing the wonder, right? So our military is not going to improve beyond what it is now. So only input of wonders matters at the moment. Yeah, so we might as well put this. It's going to give us 4 points on Mugiwara and 6 points on Raced. So let's do it. Here's the impact of agriculture. That was the motivation for upgrading this, and it's a good thing we did, or we would have 5 less points. And then finally, let's get the computers and finish the wonder. And that is all. I don't think there's anything else we can do here. Yeah, so let's just finish the game. Impact of progress, which gives us 16 points. That's nice. Impact of government, that's the one we put in. That's 19 points. 24 for Rumbleman. Impact of wonders, apparently it is in deck. We actually get the most points for that. Oh, Rumbleman does. Uh-oh. We're going to be last. Impact of variety. We really did not do a very good job this game, huh? Impact of science. At least we're winning on that. So we can be third place, maybe. And impact of strength. Nope, we are last. Okay, what a sad, sad game. So congratulations to Mugiwara for winning. And honestly, Raced and Rumbleman were pretty close. I think that 5 points and 14 points. So what went wrong this game? Honestly, quite a few things. One, I didn't really have a coherent direction. I got the castle, and I had some early game strength, but nothing really solidified into a strategy. I had a good timing with the Columbus. I think, if I recall correctly, it was towards the end of the age. But then I just didn't get another leader for practically all of age two, which was painful. I ended up getting Napoleon, and I thought I might go for military, but in retrospect, it was a fool's dream. I didn't have the food, I didn't have the resources, and I didn't have the money. I really had nothing for the impact of strength, for the military strength. So I think that I should have kept Napoleon only for for a couple of turns, which I did, but I really shouldn't even picked up the stuff for that. And then my end game was a total mess. I didn't really have any plan here, nothing to generate points. And this was a high points game, right? No one was going for military. Everyone is in the 200 plus points. But I didn't really have anything to go for the edge. I think Mugiwara did a great job with Marlene Dietrich, these operas, and Hollywood. Um, I'm not surprised to see Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu really um, rewards this kind of endgame. I wonder why he upgraded this into a mechanized agriculture instead of an... Oh, he was missing one stone, because he could have gotten a bit more points from input of agriculture. Um, Raced had a really interesting game. He had a nice military lead and got a lot of points from Steve Jobs. And finally, Rumbleman did a great job with his wonders. I think that getting the Transcontinental and upgrading the Iron was pretty cool. I wonder if he could have gotten more points from that. He didn't have any H4 wonder, or any H3 wonder. Oddly enough, I guess we just took it for them. Raced got the Raced got the spaceflight. Mugiwara got Hollywood. I got the fast food chains, and other than that, it was just internet that wouldn't really help him. So maybe he should have been a bit more aggressive with the wonders. He had the actions for it. He had a whooping amount of actions. Speaking of things that went wrong, I felt behind in actions the entire game. I think this is especially tricky with being fourth. Maybe you should invest a bit more in your actions. So overall, pretty poor performance by yours truly. Gonna be last in this game, and congrats to Mugiwara for winning. Well done.